there's a list that came out, CBS Sports. I apologize, I don't know the guy's name. I forgot it. Listing quarterbacks, ranking all NFL quarterbacks. He had Brock Purdy ranked 12th. So I went through this exercise on my own today. It is tough. I'll tell you what, it is tough to rank quarterbacks because
it's really hard.
It's really hard.
How do you separate them from their team? It's really hard.
So that's what I did. In my head, I put every single quarterback on the 49ers.
Yep. Thank you.
That's the way to the best way to do it.
Or you could think about putting him on the most mediocre team in the league. What's the most mediocre team in the league? The Patriots. Right. Imagine them on the Patriots in Mac Jones' position. What are they going to do?
Right. Yeah, yes. I mean, I did it as a 49 because I know the Niners better than anybody, obviously. So I did it that way. And you want me to give you my top 10?
Please do.
Top 10. I got 1, Patrick Mahomes, Burrow, Josh Allen. Okay. I have Aaron Rodgers at 4. I think a lot of people find an issue with that. I honestly think he could be higher if I'm being 4-time MVP.
I think the thing with Rodgers, but I'll tell you real quick, is that probably the greatest thrower of a football ever. Mm-hmm. But that's different than a quarterback. Like a quarterback, there's like the leadership element. You know what I mean? And like that's where Brady laps him. And I think that's if he doesn't win another Super Bowl, Rodgers, you would go back to him being like, incredible passer in every single way. But man, what a personality. He was actually more concerned about individual accolades and team success. I believe that about Aaron Rodgers.
I think the Packers vibe was not for him, man. I think it was originally, but I think the last few years he's not been into it mentally. And I honestly think with the Jets, he's going to be kind of rejuvenated, and I think you're going to see a really good year from Aaron Rodgers. So that's what I have him for. Yeah, okay. I got Lamar Jackson 5, Jalen Hurts 6.
That's Herbert. Fair too. I like that. It's not being a prisoner of the moment. If you put Lamar Jackson on the Eagles, do they get better or worse? You could argue they get better.
Yeah. And then again, keep in mind, all of these rankings are him on the 49ers. All these guys on the 49ers. That's how I'm looking at it. Like, how would I do it?
But that's a fun way to like try to isolate what a quarterback does. Is just picture him on a team that's not his own. Take 2 quarterbacks and picture him on one team. Which one would you rather have?
Right.
Yeah.
To me, it's the fairest way to do it because if you're looking at like what they did last year, like what team were they on? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What was their defense? What was their running back? All that.
Right. Yeah. Right. And so I got coach, right? And so I got Justin Herbert 7, Trevor Lawrence 8.
Wow.
Matthew Stafford 9. I really like Trevor Lawrence, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
And if Matthew Stafford's healthy, I think 9 is justified for me. And here's one that pissed the most people off looking at my list. I have Russell Wilson 10. I think last year was a fluke, and I think he's going to do a lot better this year under Peyton. Yeah.
Fair.
So that's my top 10.
There's still guys you haven't listed like Kirk Cousins and Derek Carr and Geno Smith that are, outside the top 10. The thing about Brock, I don't think you can rank a guy top 12 after 8 starts. I don't care how many games he won, how many yards, how many touchdowns he threw. It's 8 starts and then you got hurt. Again, let's say Brock wasn't on the Niners right now. Let's say he was on Cardinals right now. Yeah. Would he be ranked 12th or would people be like, ooh, I mean, he wouldn't really move the needle for the Cardinals, I don't think. Or if you put him on, if you took Mac Jones off the Patriots and put Brock Purdy on the Patriots, would they be better? Maybe a little bit. Although he does have a torn UCL and Mac Jones doesn't. So I don't even know about that. And where would you rank Mac Jones? And he's done it for 2 years.
I got Mac Jones down pretty low. I got Purdy over Jones. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, even that is a bit of a projection. That's all I'm saying. When you're at 8 career starts, it's a projection. And I feel like we should have learned our lesson with Kaepernick. A lot of people called him he's going to be the greatest quarterback of all time after 10 starts or something because it was impressive. He took over the team. He took him to the Super Bowl. It all seemed unprecedented. But we've seen the league. The league catches up. The league adjusts, and you adjust, and it adjusts, and you adjust. And the great ones do that 4 or 5 times. You have to wait, and you have to stay healthy the whole time. You have to dodge the bullets, and we're so ahead of that. We're so far from that with Brock. And even a mediocrity like Kirk Cousins has at least stood the test of time. You know exactly how mediocre he is, man. He's not bad. Brock might be bad after 30 starts. We don't even freaking know that. Like, so that's why I would just get, I wouldn't, if I were working for CBS, I would feel uncomfortable putting my name on a ranking like that high.
Yeah.
That could really blow up in your face, and you're tied to it the rest of your life. Although God knows I'm tied to a lot of bad takes. So
yeah, and in this list, they could have ended up being really bad takes. But I have Brock Purdy a lot lower than what I've seen and other people have. I have Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Geno, Jared Goff, Justin Fields, Kyler Murray, and Tua all above Brock Purdy. I have Brock Purdy at 20 right now.
I mean, it's all of those people you've mentioned have proven more than Brock Purdy. Yeah. And it's just you have to ask yourself when you're making the list, how important is proof to you? Or do you have such a keen eye that you can look at 8 games and project the future? And I don't think anyone does. And that's why my whole thing with like Trey Lance, it's like, why are we writing him off? Why are we anointing Brock? They have 12 starts between them. We've seen 55 with Sam. We're acting like we haven't seen enough. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. That.
Yeah. And that's why I got Brock at 20. I mean, he could end up being higher, but 8 games is not a lot to look from. And again, remember, I'm putting all these guys on the 49ers. And so I'm looking at what they would do on the 49ers. And I think the guys I just mentioned would do at least as good, if not way better than Brock Purdy. The first 13 to me are easy. It's the 14 through 20 where I really struggled.
Let's say Brock Purdy were a free agent this year, just for whatever reason, and the Niners didn't re-sign him. Coming off this injury, who's giving him a multi-year deal to be a starting quarterback? Who's bringing him in to replace their veteran, proven starting quarterback right now? I don't see it. And if you're not that, if you're not in that class, then what are you even a top 25 quarterback in the league's eyes? If he were just chilling right now, would Minnesota say, "Oh, we want that guy coming off this injury, see Kirk," or would the Saints have been like, "You know what? We don't want to sign Derek Carr. Let's sign Brock." I don't know about that.
Right. And
I think a lot of the reason he's ranked so high is because of the team he's on. Sorry, go ahead.
I agree. And what he's asked to do, right? It's, I tweeted this out. Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy are asked to make short, quick passes, and they're both really good at it. But a lot of other teams are not going to, that's not what they're going to be asked to do. And they're not going to have these weapons, this defense, this play caller. It's going to be a lot different. So, and here's the thing, Grant, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, Trey Lance, essentially I look at them almost all the same. They're unproven. We don't know what they're going to do. But all 4 of those quarterbacks could jump up. They have the potential to jump up in way up there.
That's the scary thing about making this precedent, about making Brock Purdy the 12th best quarterback after 8 starts. Like, damn, what if Bryce Young has a good rookie year? Is he the 5th best quarterback in the league? What if CJ Stroud tears it up for 1 year as a rookie? Is he top 5 already? Like, I don't know. It seems like you really lowered the bar of what you need to actually prove to be ranked that high. That's half a season, 2 months. Takes 2 months.
I have Brock
on a good team, on the best team.
Yeah.
2 months on the best team. Like, wow. Where's the adversity there? I mean, the adversity was that you were picked late and you're a rookie, but still, you had the best team, and you did it for 2 months. And you got hurt. You haven't proven you can play 17 games of football without getting hurt. Like, Geno Smith proved that. And people are looking at him in Seattle being like, yeah, but it's just been 1 year. Like, yeah. I want to see if he can do it twice. I want to see if we don't even know if Brock can do it, like, for 1 full season.
And can we also say that, like, starting in what did he start? Week 7, week 8? What was it? I don't know.
Who, Brock?
Yeah, Brock. 9, 10?
Like 13.
Okay, so week 13, whatever it was, that's different from starting in week 1. Yeah. Right? You've been there through all of rookie camp, OTAs, training camp, preseason, and 12 weeks, right? So
13.
It's a little different from starting week 1. You know,
much different than starting week 1.
And I could honestly see all those 4 guys I mentioned: CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, Trey Lance. I could see all of them jumping Brock Purdy. So to me, Brock Purdy's ceiling is 15, in my opinion. I really don't see him jumping over 14 guys. I can't see that happening. His floor to maybe 25th.
It just shows you, though, that if Brock Purdy's ranked 12th, and these rankings are just basically based on what you've done lately. Yeah. It's all based on who had the best closing stretch to the most recent season. Like, that's kind of that I think if you step back, that's a silly way to rank quarterbacks. It's important to probably step back and look at the big picture. But if you do that, people will be like, I think most fans are prisoners of the moment too, and they'll think that you're straying from consensus. Like, to me, I would rather have Josh Allen than Joe Burrow. But Joe Burrow beat him in the AFC Championship game, so most people would say that Joe Burrow's better than him right now. Well, until Josh Allen beats him next year, and then we'll go back to Josh Allen. Like, I don't know. If they were on the same team, I'm taking Josh Allen. Just set them next to each other. One guy's bigger, throws harder, moves better. I mean, I don't know. He's like his own running back on his team. But it's neither here nor there.